Hello, YouTubers. Hello, friends of haunted houses and fans of crazy clowns like me. Welcome to Mr. Zero's Terror Ride. I am Mr. Zero, clown comic and commentator on things scary, silly, and stupid. Stupid. With me, as always, is my friend Chuckles the Clown. So, it's early in the morning, it's freezing, and, uh, I guess my daughter's cat decided to crawl over my pillow and give me an allergic reaction in my eye that's so bad that, like, medication won't stop it. The only thing that stops it is popsicles. So I'm going to be sucking on a popsicle. And since I'm already up, I'm going to make a video about working a nightmare this week. As far I've got to cover Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday was a glorious day. I was in Chainsaw yet again. They've changed the way they do Chainsaw, though. We were told there's a new way to do Chainsaw. We wait till the people come all the way into the room and are already kind of on their way out. And since, you've got a guy with a zombie mask on holding a chainsaw, you have their attention. It's really, it is effective because you have their attention. They're watching. There's a guy with a chainsaw. Why isn't he doing something? Why is he just standing there? And I sit there, and the stance I take is I have kind of a Freddy Krueger, gunslinger kind of stance where I'm just in feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart, chainsaw at one side, shoulder kind of slumped. And I'm just kind of like with my head kind of down, staring at them through the mask. I don't know how it looks from their perspective, but I'm like, and then they get to that point, at least two customers, unless there's only two customers. If it's a couple, then I'll wait till one is past the point of no return, and but if at least two customers, then and I'll just keep it at my side, and I might walk towards them a little bit. After a while, I start getting a more aggressive stance, and I was like, kind of like, hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm the guy with the chainsaw. I'm the guy with the chainsaw. What are you gonna do? And then once they gave me the reason to, and the majority of them actually just run out of the room. It's pretty easy. And we're supposed to shut it off, but if I get a big group, I'll keep it on and just, And one thing I've noticed, I did it actually on Monday and Tuesday. I was chainsaw. And what I noticed, a lot of boyfriends are mean to their girlfriends. They'll take their girlfriends, put them in like a full Nelson, and like have them face me. And it's like you're basically saying, kill my girlfriend, spare me. I'm guessing. I don't know. If that were a life or death situation, that's what they'd be saying. It's not a life or death situation, so maybe I'm reading too much into it. But it seems kind of jerky to me. Um, Tuesday I was in a pretty bad mood. I had a pretty bad um attitude. I was having some problems with fast food places that day. And I was in a bad mood when I got to work, so I was a little bit more aggressive. And towards the end of the night, I had two couples come in, and they had their girlfriends, and they were actually being pretty cool to their girlfriends. They were protecting their girlfriends, not keeping them back. And then I just went to one and said, I just went, I pointed at him and I told him to turn around, and so he turned around so his girlfriend was out, and then I went at her, scared her with the chainsaw, and the other dude came in, told him to turn around, scared him with the chainsaw. It was pretty cool. And then they end up running out. And then another memorable group I had come through was a couple of kids came in, and they were scared off by the chainsaw. Then one pops back into the room, goes what? So I just started back up and chase after him. Then another kid pops out, what? So I started back up and chase after him. Chainsaw, lots of fun, lots of fun. If you ever get to work in a haunted house and you get to work the chainsaw, enjoy. It's an excellent fun role to play. Tiresome. You will get a slight bit of a workout, especially if you're like me and you get lazy. You'll start sweating just from picking up the chainsaw and chasing people with it, But lots of fun. And then last night, Wednesday night, I was in the zombie maze, the strobe zombie maze with the sheets. There's zombie maze is one way it's called. crazy maze, the not freak show zombie maze. There's all these different names for that room. I just call it crazy maze because that's what it was last year, and I still act crazy. I end up always doing, no matter what I plan on doing in the beginning of the night, I always do pretty much the same thing in that maze. I pop out at people. I haven't even had some of my popsicle. Let me enjoy. Oh, that was too cold. Mm. These are sour warhead ones, but that was just cold. I wasn't expecting to have to eat that much popsicle at once. But in Crazy Maze, I end up always doing the same thing, figuring out where victims are gonna come through the sheets, and I'll hide behind the nearest sheet and just wait for them to come with whatever face. I think last time my face was something zombie-esque. This one was more crazy. I was more of a crazy zombie this time, and I've never seen myself do that. I don't look as. Mm. I used to be a lot better at doing that face. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I used to be really good. I was creeping people out, and they'd pop over. Whew. Some of them get scared. Some of them don't. Some of them laugh. A lot of people laugh. Scared laugh, maybe, or just a general laugh. And then they'll go past me, and then there's a strobe light in that room. Lights go out for a couple seconds, music, everything goes off, and they're left in darkness. And that's when I start running to the next spot where I know they're going to end up. It gets to the point when you know the maze well enough, you can tell where people are going to go, and so you can just head them off. And then when they move the sheet, boom, there you are again. And I do that several times if I can to the same group, and it'll disorient them, so they'll end up going in the wrong direction, and end up taking a half hour just to go through that simple little maze. I'm making their time wasted, but their ticket price more valuable. They've spent more time in the house. Um, oh no, I think it's a very fun and fine maze. That's a fun room to be in, but I always end up just doing the same thing, letting them pop out at me, and I'll give them world. This one I was more animated. I was like, kind of getting in their face a little bit. I wasn't making any noises, just getting in their face. What was interesting is I had a rush job on my makeup that night. I was a made-up zombie, and I guess I looked like a clown because that's what most people, a few people, like I had one guy pass me, and I heard him say to his friend, "I hate clowns." And I mean, I look like a clown no matter what I do, you know? I got kind of this biggish nose, got a bald head, I got a goofy demeanor. I'm short, I'm chubby, I'm bald. Clown, you know? Woohoo! So, yeah, more than a couple times, it's like, oh, this one's a clown, or he's happy, or he's a happy clown, he's a happy clown zombie. That's what I got, but had fun. There were two girls that were in the same group. They were together, and we just kept heading them off. Me and Squee, one of the other zombies in there, and Jacqueline. Every time we ran into them, they just start screaming bloody murder. So yeah, we had to exploit that and keep going after them. It's a terrible thing when you work in a haunted house, you know. You end up traumatizing people, but you enjoy it. Such as when I was doing Chainsaw just on Tuesday night. The other guy I was doing Chainsaw with, he comes to me as I can't remember if I was starting a shift or if he was starting a shift, but he says, "Let's both go for this one." And so this family comes in with a boy probably not older than 6, and we start up the chainsaws, and the dad is like directing his kid right at us. So we're kind of like, kind of pointing the saw blade at their feet a little bit. We're supposed to say about 1.5 feet away. I probably do close to that. I might accidentally get a little bit too close, but I do pretty close to that. And we're sitting there, and then finally the kid runs out, and the kid wasn't crying or anything, but I'm like, that probably traumatized him. So then yeah, I remember that I was just ending a shift. My shift was over, and the other guy started, and then I went back and told my security guard. I said, I think we just traumatized a kid. He's like, oh yeah, and I told him what we did. He says, excellent. I think is the word he used to describe it. Excellent, or good job, or great, or something like that. In other words, he's perfectly fine with the idea of warping the minds of little children. But to quote Angela Carter, the writer and poet, in her book Nights at the Circus, um, the head clown Boffo says it. Says a child is no longer innocent after he laughs at a clown, and they do that at a very early age. So, traumatizing people, it's just part of life. You're going to be traumatized. Don't expect to exit this world without trauma. So there you go. That's my bit of philosophy wisdom and communication. And see you later. I'm going to enjoy my popsicle. And I will, too.